that there is a lot about medicine that we don't tell you. That probably every physician has gone through times where they felt depressed. They've gone through times where they doubted their ability to continue to do the work that they do. There are so many things that we don't talk about because we're always thinking about the glory and the fun, and it is a great life. But I think we also have to talk about burnout. We have to talk about some of the negative things, because if we bring them up and we address them, then we're more likely to be able to overcome them or to deal with them. I think at one point during medical school I was depressed, but I didn't know it. I didn't know it until it was during second year. Second year is a tough year. And all of a sudden I couldn't sleep. My classwork was fine, but I couldn't sleep and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And it was in New York City in the middle of winter, and I'm a California girl, and I just couldn't figure it out. And then third year during my psych rotation, I learned about depression, and I was like, oh, that's what it was back then. And I guess I kind of wish we would have talked about that more and had kind of a better understanding and said it's okay, that we're all going to go through times when we love what we do and sometimes when we don't love what we do, and that we need to discuss those things, we need to bring it up, we need to work on it with each other, and we have to figure out what gives us the joy in the day. And at the end of every day, we all need to sit and think about what went right, not about what went wrong. Thinking about the question you answered right, not about all the things that you didn't know. Thinking about the patient that said thanks, rather than the patient that cussed you out. We tend to remember the bad things, we don't remember the good. So I think we all have to take our time and recognize the joy and the positivity that we have in our lives.
I would say make sure your schedule reflects your priorities in life. I don't mean your class schedule, but every one of us starts every week with the same 168 hours. You know, let's say we have to work 50 or 60 or 70 hours a week to be a good second-year medical student. Well, that leaves a whole lot of extra hours. What do we do with that time? Part of it is we just need to relax and, enjoy life outside of medicine. But part of it, we can actually plan and make good use of. So if I had it to do over again, if I could talk to myself as a second-year medical student, I'd say schedule time, at least every week. Have lunch, coffee, a beer, whatever it is, with people you care about. And talk about things that matter with those people. One way I would structure that for myself would be start a book club, and we're not going to read each issue of the New England Journal of Medicine. We're going to read, I don't know, poetry or novels or biographies, works of history, what have you, because that'll help us see week after week of exams and boards to study and so forth. That'll help us see those routine activities in some larger context of meaning. These years of medical school are part of a much bigger story. And sometimes we get so kind of collapsed in on what we have to do to study for the next exam that we forget there's a bigger life that we're a part of.
So my best advice regarding wellness is, first of all, it's going to be okay. Life has a way of working itself out, and what seems incredibly important at the moment may not be all that important long term. And just follow your passions, and if you're somebody who loves what they do and is passionate about what they do, it'll work out. You'll be very happy, you'll have a very rewarding career. So try not to sweat the small stuff, and in the moment the small stuff may seem like big stuff, but I think as the time goes on and you reflect back, you'll likely remember only the big things and not the small things.